na blanco nga yung titulo. Sabi ko po siya, baka mamaya pati marriage certificate blanco rin.
Pero original.
Maganda. No, ikaw na mag-fill up.
It happened in the United States. Because in the United States, wala silang provision sa kanilang constitution na hindi nakapagpasa ng budget ang Congress, mag-reenact yung previous budget. Sa US, they have to shut down. The last and only recourse is to go to the Supreme Court. So we respect the rule of law. Oh, klaro yun.
Diyan kayo magalit, hindi sa amin. Amin yan tinutuwid yung pagkakamali.
Ano ba ang kailan ba natin i-expect na sasagot yung Supreme Court dyan?
Siguro, kailangan tignan natin yung enrolled bill. Wala eh. Ayaw nilang ilabas. So, paano mo ngayon malalaman na ito yung enrolled bill?
Kadagalaw natin, sasakay ka ng tricycle, bibili ka ng mantika, bibili ka ng asukal, punta ka sa grocery, bubuhos ka ng gasolina, you are paying VAT kadagalaw. So, every movement mo, nagbabayad ka ng taxes. We owe it to the people to explain how their money is being spent and how the people's budget is being deliberated. It is very, very important. This is not an ordinary matter.
And I think,
yes, if you remember, ang sinabi natin, klarong-klaro that there were blank items in the Bicameral Conference Committee report. As the days goes on, lumalabas yung katotohanan eh. Nung una, may mga nag-deny pa na walang blanco. Then later on, may nagsabi, lumabas na yung yung old statement ni Senator Amy Marcos na December pala, nagsabi na siya na may mga blanco. Then later on, may mga nag-confirm na rin at saka may mga media na nakakuha na ng copy na may blanco. Then yung final admission, yung kay Representative Kimbo, na sinabi na yes, there are blanks, pero puno nga daw yung fill up daw yung GAA, which is their consistent insistence ngayon na yung GAA puno. Walang problema, yes. But as I have said, as the days goes on, it's getting clearer now that blanco may blanks, yung 28 blanks, yung Bicameral Conference Committee report, and filled up yung GAA. Now, remember that the 28 blanks in the Bicameral Conference Committee report were approved and signed by the members, and it was ratified by both houses of Congress, Senate at saka House. You cannot anymore change that kasi ratified na. Paano lumabas doon? Paano lumabas sa GAA or sa enrolled bill na meron ng figures when ang ratified version wala? So, it's getting clearer. Noon, medyo nalilito pa. Pero ngayon, lumalabas na talaga ang katotohanan. Yung sabi natin, yung first episode, the truth will out, as it always will. Ngayon, lumalabas talaga ang katotohanan.
Gusto nilang ibalik palagi doon sa GAA. Kasi ang GAA, sabi nila, kumpleto. Kaya pinirmahan ng Pangulo. Kumpleto. Totoo naman, kumpleto yung GAA. Dahil nga, nilagyan na ng amount eh. Nilagyan na ng mga projects na wala. Originally, wala yan sa BICAM report. At wala din doon sa inaprubahan sa plenary. So pagdala sa printing, doon na nila tinira yan sa printing.
Printing of the enrolled bill.
Of the enrolled bill. Yun na yung dinala din sa Malacanang for signature of the President.
Kasi yun yung window kong from the ratification, from the signing, ratification of the BICAM report, yun yung gap bago dalhin sa Malacanang, yung GAA.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Kong, thank you. Balikan ko lang, I think it's very important for our fellow Filipinos, especially itong mga ordinaryong Pilipino, na maintindihan, Kong, especially Attorney Vic, itong sinasabi natin na reenactment ng bill kung sakali.
It happened in the United States. Because in the United States, wala silang provision sa kanilang constitution na hindi nakapagpasa ng budget ang Congress, mag-reenact yung previous budget. Sa US, they have to shut down kasi wala silang napasa.
Walang pang sahod.
Oh, walang pang sahod. Stop talaga sila. Yung sa atin, because of pwede mag-reenact yung MOOE, automatic yun, lalabas yun bigla.
So, sa madaling sabi, Congressman Sid, pagka lumusot yung petition na grant ng Supreme Court, hindi po titigil ang takbo ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas.
Yes, klaro yun, klaro. Hindi titigil.
Para maintindihan po. Correct.
And also, in connection doon sa napapag-usapan, there is also no truth doon sa sinasabing yung petisyon questioning the constitutionality of the 2025 budget is meant to destabilize the government. No, never. Because the fact that we went to the Supreme Court is a clear manifestation that we recognize that the Constitution is the fundamental and paramount law of the nation. We recognize the supremacy of the Constitution. Walang destabilizer na kikilala sa ating saligang batas. Walang destabilizer ang pupunta sa Korte Suprema para idulog ang kanilang hinaing. At yan, eksakto ang ginawa namin ni Kong Sid at kasama yung mga petitioner. Kami ay dumulog sa Korte Suprema dahil kami naniniwala na buhay ang ating saligang batas.
Very good
And
point.
that
Thank you,
is
Attorney Vic. Yes, Jose.
the last and only recourse because nagkamali ngayong Kongreso, then napirma na ng Presidente. The last and only recourse is to go to the Supreme Court. So we respect the rule of law. Oh, klaro yun. Because that's the last and only recourse. Kukuha tayo ng ruling, adjudication ng Supreme Court. We request na i-unconstitutional kasi ang dami talaga nakitang mali. And now, sabi ko nga as the days go on, ang dami nang nakakita. Now, is getting crystal clear that ang dami na nagsasabi, even former senators, former justice na nagsabi na this is the most corrupt budget ever passed.
At saka kung dalawang former Senate President na nagsalita,
Yes.
dalawang former Senate President ho, at dalawang former senators na fortunately for us are aligned with the administration.
Yeah.
Kasama nila ito, nagsasabi na talagang may mali dito sa Bicameral Conference Committee report. And I think it is also telling that a former Senate President ang nagsalita that this is the most corrupt budget that he has ever seen.
That says a lot, really, no?
Oo.
And, yun nga, talagang pinagpapasalamat natin because it all started here when you started that discussion, and now more people and prominent figures in national politics are speaking up already. So, do you think, Attorney Vic and Congressman, may mga susunod pa na magpa-file ng petition based on this? On the reaction, what do you think?
Ako, I hope. Kasi itong usapin nito, hindi lamang confined sa mga unang nag-file ng petition katulad namin ni Kong Sid. Lahat ng Pilipino dapat kasali sa usapin ito dahil pera nyo ito. At yung mga, of course, bashers will always be bashers and haters will be haters. But do not hate the messengers. Kagaya namin, kami ay tumutulong. Ang pananaw namin, ito ang ambag namin sa nation building. Ituwid yung napakamaling at maanumalyang pagkakamali. Magalit kayo kung sino yung nag-akda nitong tinuruan ako kanina ni Kong Bebot kung sino ang nag-akda nitong tinatawag natin sa ilalim ng Revised Penal Code na falsification of legislative document. Diyan kayo magalit, hindi sa amin. Amin yan tinutuwid yung pagkakamali
Attorney, I think, matanong lang kasi ako, hindi ako abogado. Ano ba ang kailan ba natin i-expect na sasagot yung Supreme Court dyan? Kasi sa comment section din natin, maraming mga nagtatanong kung ano ba, kailan natin hihintayin yung sagot ng Supreme Court, ano ba magiging next move. Marami ang nag-aabang sa magiging sagot ng Korte Suprema.
But I hope they will find yung sense of urgency dahil budget ang pinag-uusapan dito at nakakatakot naman na gastusin yung pera at mapunta sa hindi dapat puntahan. At budget ito, marunong mag-budget yung ating mga miyembro ng Korte Suprema dahil I'm sure lahat ng dumaan sa Korte Suprema ni minsan ay hindi ho nagpasayan ng blankong panukalang budget kahit isang patlang. Walang blanko yan. Because they know, even 1 centavo, pag nagblanko ka, delikado ka, makakasuhan ka. Tama ba ako, Speaker Bebot?
Tama po yun.
Dahil they're very familiar. Every year, nagpapas ng budget lahat Alam nila, and I like to take this opportunity dahil nga, ultimo yung mga sangguniang barangay, mga kababayan, they know how to pass
Correct.
a legal and proper budget. yung mga kaibigan nating municipal councilors, city councilors, provincial board members, even yung lagi kong halimbawa, yung ating mga kaibigang driver na miyembro ng Tricycle Operators Drivers Association, yung ating mga kaibigang miyembro at driver ng Jeepney Operators Drivers Association, mas maliit di hamak yung perang kanilang pinapangasiwalaan. Pero hindi ka pwedeng gumastos dyan ng blanco. Mag-aaway kayo ng mga miyembro mo. Sisingilin ka niyan. They will demand for transparency and accountability.
Kasi Attorney Vic, actually, kahit tayo nga, we are very meticulous sometimes, even sa minutes lang ng meeting, yung mga question or hindi sakto na mga phrases and wordings. And I remember your story, Congressman Sid, when you were going around the city, na some barangay officials actually mentioned to you na even sa kanilang level,
Yes, yung mga barangay officials, nung nagmi-meeting kami, sinasabi talaga nila, sir, kami nga, mga magbarangay budget kami, grabe ang hearing, grabe yung committee report namin, iniisa-isa pa namin, to the last centavo. Alam mo, yun yung sa barangay. Yung latest feedback ko naman, I used to be in the banking sector before I joined politics. Yung mga kasama ko nung araw ng mga banker na nagko-communicate sa akin ngayon, kasi most of them are assisting, yung mga may malasakit sa bayan, they are assisting small co-ops, small, medium cooperatives. Napag-uusapan na rin sa mga kooperatiba kasi the cooperatives are very strict with their budget because they are talking of co-op members' money. They have depositors, co-op depositors' money. Ito, taxpayers' money. Dapat extra careful tayo. Hindi pwedeng blanco diyan.
correct. And for sure, Congressman Bebot, you've also had this experience shared with you from your constituents.
Oo. Kaya lang, alam mo, worried ako. Dahil sa nangyayaring ito, napapanood na maraming tao. Ano? Huwag nyo lang gayahin na maggawa rin kayo ng bycam dyan sa
na blanco.
Actually, that's
dyan
a
sa
good point.
barangay, mag-bycam pa kayo. Sa munisipyo, mag-bycam kayo, di ba?
Pwede palang blanco.
Tapos gagawin blanco.
Bad example.
It's like also, if I may interject,
Go ahead, Attorney.
para kung kayong bumili ng isang property, hindi kayo papayag na i-issuehan kayo ng titulong blanco. Kahit original yung titulo ninyo, pag blanco hindi ka papayag. Paano mo lalagyan ng muhon yung ari-arian mo? Paano mo malalaman yung meets and bounds, yung technical description ng property mo? So kahit authentic yung titulong kinuha mo, pag blanco, isosoli mo yun sa developer o yung nagbenta sa iyo ng property because you will not take a blank TCT or condominium certificate of title. You will always demand for the technical description.
Tama. Yes, Kung Bebot, may idadagdag ka, Kung?
Wala, naalala ko lang. Yung sinasabi ni Attorney Vic na blanco nga yung titulo. Sabi ko, putya, baka mamaya pati marriage certificate blanco rin.
Pero original.
Maganda. No, ikaw naman fill up.
A fruit of a very poisonous legislative process. Yun yung ating sinusubukang gamutin sa tulong ng korte. And we will leave it to the court how they will appreciate it. But as to the level of confidence, I am confident simply because Supreme Court justices, the court administrator, they know how to pass the proper budget and they defend their budget too.
Correct. Thank you very much, Attorney Vic. Yes, Congressman Bebot.
No, in addition to sinasabi ni Attorney Vic, kung confident na aaktuhan ng Supreme Court, sa tingin ko naman, kung merits lang titignan doon sa kaso, medyo papasa rin talaga. At sa tingin ko rin, dahil nga ito ay napag-uusapan na ng maraming tao, dadami pa rin ang magpa-file ng action, legal action sa korte.
Will that be helpful, Congressman Bebot?
Yes, dahil makikita ng Supreme Court na may demand ng hustisya. Hindi lang sa isang grupo, kundi sa maraming tao.
Parang hindi pa talaga nakakuha ng kopya ng enrolled bill. Yung binigay sa kanila yung bycam report.
Okay. But from previous experience nyo dyan sa Congress, how soon ba na lalabas itong copy ng enrolled bill? Is it easily available to the members of the,
Alam mo,
the Congress?
kung wala namang problema, walang tinatago, available ka agad yan eh. Kaya lang ngayon, nakailang sulat na rin ako requesting officially for a copy of the enrolled bill. Hanggang ngayon, wala pang binibigay sa opisina.
Kung Bebot, bakit ba mahalaga na makita natin yung copy ng enrolled bill?
Simply compare the BICAM report and the enrolled bill. Doon mo makita yung milagro, yung magician, yung magic pala.
So that's a crucial document na pwedeng nating ma-review. Tama ba ako?
Oo, kasi hindi innocenteng dokumento yun. At kagaya nga ngayon, meron ng petition, may evidentiary value yun. It could help single out kung sino yung nakialam dyan sa paglagay ng mga halaga na daang bilyong piso sa mga blanco. Kaya nga yan merong tinatawag na crime against public interest. Ito yung falsification of legislative document. Kailangan makita natin. Correct me if I'm wrong, these two veteran legislators. Yung Bicameral Conference Committee final report, ratified, signed, and approved by the both chamber, yan wala nang pwedeng gawin dyan kung hindi gawing enrolled bill, yung tatataka na lamang at iimprenta na lang. Tama ho? Iimprenta na lang yan. Hindi pwede nang magdagdag bawas yan.
The only correction you could make is you have to go back to the plenary. Babalik ka sa plenary. Hindi na bumalik sa plenary. I-fill up na lang nila.
Before we also forget, yung sinasabi na yung ginawa daw paglalagay ng mga halaga is a simple ministerial, clerical, grammatical, or printing errors na pwedeng pakialaman ng mga technical working group. Kawawa naman yung mga mararangal at desente at honest na empleyado ng House at ng Senado na napapabilang dyan sa technical working group or technical working staff. Mukhang sila yung ilalaglag.
Tsaka sinasabi nila, pwede mag-correct grammatical, typographical. Kung blanco, anong grammar ang i-correct mo dyan?
Member of, I think, the Young Guns ng House of the Representatives actually made a statement na etong ang expose na to, etong pag-question natin sa constitutionality ng GAA is just a deliberate effort to mislead the public and manipulate the budget process to bring back the 2 billion fund previously allocated to the office of the Vice President.
Ang mag-reenact na budget yung 2024. Please be reminded and please review the budget of 2024. Walang confidential fund, CBP. 2022 at saka 2023. Pag 24, tinanggal na eh. So, imposible yun babalik. So, iklaro lang natin. At saka MOOE lang ang not only for OVP but for all the agencies of the government.
Congressman, what you're saying is sa 2024, zero budget na ang OVP sa confidential funds eh.
Yes, zero.
So, pagka na-reenact, babalik lang sa zero. So, wala
Zero.
talagang madadagdag
Wala.
may babalik.
Wala.
At imposible din talaga na magdadagdag pa ng budget doon kung nag-reenact.
Wala.
Wala, Congressman.
Wala.
At least klaro. So, attorney, hindi ko
Yun, tama sila dahil MOE lang. Wala kang pwedeng pakialaman dyan. And the MOE is precisely to guarantee that the government will not shut down in its operation. Tuloy-tuloy yan. Kung tatrabaho pa rin yung ating mga kawani sa gobyerno.
Pagka wala ka nang masabing iba, kung ano-ano na lang yung may isip mo at yun ang sasabihin mong rason.
They are actually deflecting the real issue.
Naawa rin ako kay Pangulo, nakikita ko dahil apparently talagang hindi niya alam kung ano nangyayari sa bansa. Kung pinag-aralan niya, naging congressman yan, naging senador pa yan, dapat alam niya na kung hindi halimbawa na-declare na unconstitutional itong 2025 budget, magkakaroon ng reenactment ng budget nung nakaraan taon. Yun ang mangyayari. Hindi ibig sabihin hihinto yung gobyerno na mag-shutdown yung mga ahensya. Hindi ho ganun.
Unless kung sasadyain nilang i-shutdown yung gobyerno.
Kung gusto niya, siya mismo magsa-shutdown. Baka naman gusto niya mag-step down. Nagkamali lang siguro. Hindi shutdown, step down siguro.
Thank you,
Idagdag ko lang
Attorney
kasi sinabi ni Speaker Bebot. Alam ho ninyo mga kababayan, yung sinasabing walang contingency plan, the framers of the 1987 Constitution already had this foresight na in case magkaroon ng impasse at magkaroon ng reenacted budget, hindi titigil ang gobyerno sa papamalakad sa ating mga Pilipino. Nakita na yan, and the solution can be found in our Constitution. Yung sinasabi ni Kong Bebot, nandiyan yan automatic reenactment of the budget. So even if any administration will have no contingency plan, our Constitution already provided for a remedy in the event mangyari yung wala namang may gusto nito when we filed it, not even Kong Sid, o yung mga kasama nating mga batikang abogado. Kaya lang, hindi mo naman pwedeng palagpasin itong talagang napakalaking kamalian at pagsasalaula sa ating saligang batas. Yun ang ating ginagawa. Tinutuwid natin yung mali ng mga mangbabatas na nagpasa ng isang blankong bicameral conference committee. And we were surprised, I and Kong Sid, we were discussing, pati si Kong Bebot, we were surprised really. How come it was the executive department who initially reacted and said that we are spreading false information, malicious one, and they even addressed President Rodrigo Roa Duterte as lying because wala raw blanco sa GAA. Hindi naman GAA ang sinasabi nating may blanco, kundi yung bicameral conference committee report, and that is still within the province of both houses, Senate at yung mababang kapulungan. Sila dapat ang sumagot. From the point of view of legality, at lawyer, mahusay na lawyer din to si Speaker, alam ninyo, pasalamat nga kami ni Kong Sid because they're making the case a lot easier for us. The fact that they have affirmed that there is nothing blank in the GAA bolstered our position that there are blanks in the bicameral conference committee. Therefore, merong makakating kamay ang naglagay ng halaga na umaabot sa 241 billion pesos more or less na walang authority doon sa bicameral conference committee report. Naging very airtight na yung kaso. Sino yun? Sino yung may makakating kamay? Kaya lagi nga nating sinasabi, babae ba siya? Lalaki ba siya? Tandem ba sila o marami sila? Yan ba yung fourth chamber o yung fourth house na tinatawag? Hindi pwedeng hijackin ng bicameral conference committee yung panukalang budget ng tanggapan ng Pangulo base sa NEP. At merong nag-compute na ito'y aabot ng around 241 billion pesos. Si Speaker Bebot Alvarez ang nag-compute nun. So yan yung aming basihan why we have decided to bring the matter to the Supreme Court and to disabuse the mind of every Filipino. At isang malaking kasalanan na nakita mo na, hindi ka nagsalita at nagmimistulang wala kang nakita at wala kang naririnig. Kaya tayo umabot dito sapagkat ito ay isang lehitimong usaping panlipunan na dapat pinag-uusapan at dapat talaga ay may katumbas na transparency